The direction of justice for Mohbad will amaze you. In fact, it will shock you. Why is it so? That is because of the latest that is ongoing. I mean, the talk by Mohbad's father's legal team and request by concerned people, concerned persons, those that are into justice for Mohbad. They are saying, look, we will not accept, we will not agree. Mohbad's mother must be called. Mohbad's mother must also be petitioned. She must also be invited. She has been coming as not a witness, not a suspect, but as a member of the bereaved family. But you know she's definitely in support of Wunmi. So these audio recordings that got leaked, in fact, you're going to hear this audio recording. This audio recording, according to what people are saying and according to what they are telling Mohbad's father, and possibly Mohbad's father's lawyer is going to take action upon. They said Mohbad's father also needs to take action on Mohbad's mother. That audio recording shows that she's also into something and she must be invited to come and talk. She must come and tell them how she got about what she's saying. Is she trying to stand against justice for her son, which a lot of people have looked at, and it is absurd to them. They just cannot put their fingers on how, why a woman who gave birth to her son will eventually end up manipulating and trying to, it's a strange thing what she did all this while. Apart from the useless automobile of 1864 that was given to her, in fact, if you hear the sound of the automobile door closed, when it was closed, when they offered it to her before she started rolling herself on the floor like a snake, thanking the guy that gave it to her, the guy that has been asked to be around Mohbad to make sure that Mohbad maintains status quo, to make sure that Mohbad maintains and does not diverge on the agreement. Well, they gave her this useless car and she was rolling on the floor like a python, like a snake, thanking them, saying, oh, Mohbad, thank you that you have not disappointed me. And I'm like, wait, is this woman insane? Or there is something else that we don't know? So Karima also came out and she said a lot of things. And if she did not divulge some of these things, corroborating it, and some things that she has said in the past, many people would not have connected these leaked audio recordings and many of these together. But with what she has said so far, people are saying yes. Now, there is also a man called Gexi. Gexi is the last man standing. That's what they call him. He has always been around Mohbad's father for a while. And, certain things have happened and we are hearing certain things that people are suspicious of. But I'm not going to dwell on that part because it is not really something to talk about. It is a terrible thing. They said he's the one divulging, and they said it's not the one divulging information, selling information to the opposition camp. They said that Mr. Pierce is anti-justice. But then when Mr. Pierce gave them 10 million naira, give Mohbad's father / movement for Mohbad's justice, supporting them with 10 million naira, then it wasn't anti-justice. Not until certain disagreement happened, then they said is anti-justice. Was really pushing against justice for Mohbad? You get to find out a little bit in this one.
Sister, ìbátú pẹ̀rẹ́pẹ̀rẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yóò kan àwọn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá. Tí wọ́n bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n gba Kàrímọ́ nítọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀ láti fi gba àwọn òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ tangible ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu Kàrímọ́ yóò kan àwọn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá. Nǹkan kí ni wọ́n wá ṣe ni pé kí ni wọ́n wá jọ pé pátápátá là àfọ́jú ti tẹ̀lé àdẹ́tẹ̀ ojú àfọ̀ǹfọ̀tán ìkà ló máa ń dẹ́lẹ̀. Tá a bá jẹ́ kélé kó súnmọ́ bàbá yìí àṣírí wa máa tú. Nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe nìyẹn. The same game tí wọ́n play fún ìyá Mohbad the same game òun náà ni wọ́n play along pẹ̀lú Kàrímọ́ yẹn nítorí pé Kàrímọ́ mọ òtítọ́ tí kankan wa ò mọ̀ bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé bóyá a mọ àwọn nǹkan kan ṣùgbọ́n a sọ ṣùgbọ́n Karimo ó belong sọ́dọ̀ wọn ó mọ báwọn ṣe plan ó mọ bí wọ́n ṣe dúró ó mọ everything. For an example, ta ló mọ orúkọ tó wà nínú account ṣé bá kàn gbọ́pọ̀ account ni ta ló mọ orúkọ tí wọ́n lò nínú account àwọn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá kò dẹ̀ lẹ́lòmíì inú àwọn gùgùrẹ́sì yẹn náà ni òun lèmi fi ń sọ fún bàbá yẹn pé ewu ń bẹ lóko lóńgẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀ ewu ni àfi kí bàbá yìí tí ò bá fẹ́ gba blame àti at the end of the day látọwọ́ public àyàfi kó yẹ kó dẹ̀ kún fún ìfura lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nítorí gbogbo ọ̀nà tí ìdájọ́ yìí bá fi lè fẹ́ wáyé gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n bá fi lè fẹ́ ní evidence gbogbo ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń fi ọwọ́ dí sísá tẹ́lẹ̀ kí n mú example kan látara títí yín ẹ wo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá wọn sọ ẹ wo ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣe conference call ṣebí láti ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ fi ṣe conference call ṣe pẹ̀pẹ̀ láwọn gùrẹ́sì ìgbà tí wọ́n ti gbogbo àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó jẹ́ pé gbé fúlẹ̀ fẹ́ nìkan ṣé dọ̀tá wọn.
ewu mi ò sí máa jù orí ọmọ rẹ̀ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
àwọn gùrẹ́sì náà ni because òun la rí tó ń bá àǹtí jọ́sì ṣe tó dẹ̀ súnmọ́ bàbá pẹ́kípẹ́kí bíi iṣan ọrùn nobody else ká fẹ́ fi àwọn tí ó sílẹ̀ nobody else ẹ ti rí ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n sọ ọkàn fún everybody wa lálẹ́ yìí ṣe rí tó bá wù yín ẹ gbọ́ ohun tí Karimo ń sọ tó bá wù yín ẹ má gbọ́ ohun tí Karimo ń sọ Karimo ò lè ever force anybody kó gbọ́ nǹkan tó wù ń sọ tó bá dẹ̀ wù yín ẹ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí àwọn nǹkan tí Karimo ń sọ because nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ Karimo èmi ò mọ Karimo ò dẹ̀ bọ́ mi mi ò dẹ̀ tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ but tí ò tọrọ bá dé ká sọ tí wọn ò bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àti nǹkan tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ àti gbogbo nǹkan tí Karimo ń sọ yẹn má kò sí nǹkan míì lójú ẹ̀ nírú ẹ̀mí pé kí ni ọ̀rọ̀ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ wọn ni ní tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ wò a kàn máa sọ pé wọn ò gbégbèsè ni àwọn 15 tó wà nínú ilé mélòó ni wọ́n ti competition.
ṣé Dàmọ́lá
mélòó ni wọ́n ti pè
gbọ́n tí Dàmọ́lá wí ni ó ní gbogbo orin tí bàbá àti Mohbad ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá ló máa dìlítì ó ní kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe ǹjẹ́ gbégbèsè lórí yẹn wọn ò dẹ̀ tí ààrẹ ṣe ṣé kò tẹ̀lé wọn lọ ṣó.
ẹ ti rí so ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn dáàdì mi dẹ̀ ó ti gbẹ́ kòtò sílẹ̀ òun dẹ̀ ti rí wípé wọ́n ti gbẹ́ kòtò sílẹ̀ nítorí pé kí ni ó wà nínú àwọn tó rán wọn nígbà yẹn pé kí wọ́n lọ gbẹ́ kòtò yẹn kò sí ìtìfúntẹ̀dọ̀ tó wà nínú àtijọ́ tí ìṣẹ́ tí Karimo ò lè mọ̀ because ó wà among tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ní sẹ́ǹsì ní tọ́pọ̀lọ́ wọn ṣiṣẹ́ gidigidi ni ẹn tí ó bá fẹsẹ̀ gẹ́gùn òun ló máa ń ṣe lákànlákàtà lábẹ́ lọ. that is reason why tí ẹ fi ń rí i pé tí wọ́n fi ń sọ wípé kí Karimo máa bọ̀ ní corona wọ́n fẹ́ dá ẹni ẹlẹ́ni yẹn dúró ni wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé yóò tú àṣírí àwọn jáde kò dẹ̀ sí táàsì ní ẹ̀ bá máa fi jáde àwọn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá tí wọ́n ń fọwọ́ra lórí yẹn yóò sọ nípa wọn yóò ta bá wọn.
ojú ẹ̀ bí ojú nà kí yẹn ó sojú bí in fact I don't know what to use the adjective to use and qualify you this moment. You are a big fool. Ṣé ọ̀mùtí ráyé wá ni àwọn títí kó fi kágbàdo ohun gúrẹ́sì bá ti gbìn òun lọ́ máa ká dandan wò á jèrè iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ gúrẹ́sì wà á jèrè iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ o ó di dandan kó jèrè iṣẹ́ o bóyá local rice ni ẹ o bóyá ọ̀fadà ni ẹ o bóyá mo tẹ̀ pé ráìsì olókùúta ni ẹ ná gúrẹ́sì olókùúta ni ẹ tó bá wù ẹ́ kó tẹ̀ yí padà tó bá wù ẹ́ kó it's not too late it's not too torí ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ó fẹ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ronúpìwàdà tó bá tọ̀ wá ó ṣetán láti embrace ẹ̀.
ti sọ fún mi based on observation yìí so ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí kò bá ní ṣe pẹ̀lú èèyàn tí yóò bá mọ̀ díẹ̀ nìyàn lè sọ ń pa ẹ̀ but ibi tápá mi ti jábọ́ ńgbà tẹ́ sọ pé ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́yìn náà rí meaning that bóyá 1 or 2 issues ti wà láàrin A or B or C or D as long as tí kí ni mo fẹ́ pè tí ó bá ti ń jọmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ I think it should be addressed and that is if the people involved are willing to address it but by and large ìyẹn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan ẹ jẹ́ kí n padà sórí ọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀mí J mi rò pé crime ni ṣe wọ́n máa ń pè nǹkan kan ní consciousness wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń pè nǹkan kan ní normalcy tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn téèyàn expect tó sọ fún yàn èèyàn lè kú síbẹ̀ kó lura kó lùyún kó jà kó bọ́ṣọ síbẹ̀ pé láyé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́niyẹn bá wá lọ confirm pé kíní tí mo máa ń jà lé lórí yìí ìjẹ̀bi màá ní ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ mi rò pé crime ni fẹ́ ni láti sọ pé àṣìṣe ni ìyẹn is a case of Mummy J that's a case of Karimo and I don't see any crime in that but ẹ̀rù Yorùbá máa ń bà mí tí èèyàn bá sọ pé ìgbà ìmọ̀ mo ṣàṣìṣe ojú ti là nísìn mo fẹ́ correct àṣìṣe mi àwa Yorùbá bàjẹ́ we are always quick to say láyé ànígbọ́ o irọ́ àṣìṣe tó ṣe yẹn náà ló máa bá kú o I don't think it is a normal thing mo mú kèsì Ṣòwòrẹ́ náà wọ níjọ́ kan tí wọ́n sọ pé Ṣòwòrẹ́ kó lọ kú dànù kó lọ gbẹ́nu sọ̀hún torí wípé kí ni ó wà lára àwọn tó sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká fún Buhari ní trial this game same guy dẹ̀ padà ó ní I thought the man will come to make a change the man that I join people to campaign for tájọ ọmọ bó ṣe wọlé èmi náà tí mo ti ráṣìṣe ẹ̀ tí mo rí i pé ibi tó ń lọ ò tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn I will also be the same person to join the team to take him out àwọn èèyàn nírọ́ ni àfẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ mọ́ ìgbà tó ti ṣàṣìṣe yẹn ò dẹ̀ ní kò dẹ̀ sí táìmù fẹ́ láti ṣe correction mọ́ what kind of ideology is that why are people like that Karimo said gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ìyá mo gbọ́ pé narration tán fún mi àti nǹkan tẹ́mi náà rò pé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo dìde mo ní irọ́ kò sí tó máa ṣe ọmọ ìyá mi but ìgbà tó dẹ̀ rí bó dà pé ìjà tí mò ń jà fọmọ ìyá yìí jẹ̀bi ni this same person came out to say níṣe ni mo rò pé ẹni tí mo fẹ́ kúlé lórí yìí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ ni o but mo ti wò ó lọ́tún lósì wọ́n gbé mi handicap wọ́n parọ́ fún mi ni o. ó realize wípé kíní yẹn ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó má lè jáde wá tún ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sọ kó má lè jáde wá ṣe correction that is when it will be a crime but in order for it not to be a crime on her and not for her to be a supporter or an alibi of a crime ó jáde ó ní ẹjọ́ òrùn tó wà lókè ṣìtà ṣọgbẹ mo ti ṣí kíní yìí ṣe mo ti ṣí ẹsẹ̀ yìí gbé but I want to make a correction why can't people understand that simple logic tó bá decide wípé mo ti fọkọ̀ mo ti ṣe mistake mo ti jàjà tó yẹ kí n jà rather than kí n bọ́mọ ìyá mi jà jẹ́ kí n kàn ra jókòó kí n ṣe bí ẹni tí ò mọ nǹkan kan kí n kàn ra gbọ́wọ́lé gbọ̀n she can do that she can decide not to even come and talk about anything or expose anything tẹ́ bá pè ní personal vendetta fine àdúrà ló gbà náà pé in tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ bo justice mọ́lẹ̀ tán fi ní jẹ́ kárí justice in tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn tá máa fi ró tọrọ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá jádúrà ẹ̀ náà ló gbà it should be appreciated ọmọ jẹ́ ká mọ a lot even if she is not really sure and she is not having evidence of how Mohbad died or what killed Mohbad she can be able to give us some important information linking to all of this uncoordinated things between Mohbad and Wunmi that has led to Mohbad's death if not for her ta ló fẹ́ ṣe ta ló fẹ́ sọ so those people who are castigating Karimo or probably saying kinikan she might have done something different otherwise initially but now she has realized and she's coming out I don't think she has committed any crime.
bàbá àwọn tó tọ́lẹ̀ mọ́ bàbá yín tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ px tó wá ní two face lèmi anti justice ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ọmọ ológo.
dùndó Wùmí ó ti jẹ́ ọmọ Wùmí ó kó dùndó ó ti jẹ́wọ́ fún ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ rẹ̀ ló lọ ń kọ́ṣẹ́ ṣàwámà ọmọkọ́mọ ó lọ ń kọ́ṣẹ́ ṣàwámà òòdẹ̀kọ́ lákọ̀ọ́yọrí òkodù tẹ́ bá rójú Wùmí tẹ́ bá rí ẹ ti mọ̀ pé kírímìnà ní gẹ̀yẹn.
onípátá pupa olóbò power bank.
wàláì tẹ́ bá ti rí ojú gẹ̀yẹn ṣe rí gbogbo wọn ń pretend tó ń wọṣọ dúdú ńgbà yẹn tó ń pretend tó ṣe gbogbo yẹn gbogbo tó fi wọ káàpù pink káàpù nínú pálọ̀ Mohbad yẹn ní city room yẹn ẹ ti máa mọ̀ pé bàbá ńlá criminal mo ti wojú ẹ gbogbo bíi kíni ẹyin bí ojú ẹ ń bíbà mo ti wò èmi ti dààmú mo ní criminal ní gẹ̀yìn mo ti rí ojú ẹ mo ti study mo ní this is a terrible criminal. ọmọ rẹ̀ ni ó ti wà ní street tipẹ́tipẹ́ Karimo ló jẹ́ ká mọ̀ ṣẹ́yìn mọ̀ pé kọ́ṣẹ́ ṣàwámà rí ni ṣẹ́yìn mọ̀ ni.
Karimo kọ́ ló sọ fún mi pé kọ́kọ́ ṣe ṣàwámà prime boy ni ó.
Karimo ni ó sọ everything gbogbo bọ́tí.
prime boy ni.
tó fún wa prime boy náà sọ náà báwọn jọ máa ń lọ síbẹ̀ àwọn àdó òun dẹ̀ ti sọ fún bọ̀bọ̀ ìpókó dẹ̀yìn ìyẹn kí lorúkọ ẹ̀.
òun ní àṣẹ bí ọ̀rẹ́ ọkọ bàbá ọkọ tó tọ̀.
nonsense even ó yẹ kí prime boy náà ti kígbe kó ti lọ kígbe pé family pé kó lọ bá bàbá Mohbad pé wò dáàdì ọmọ yóò ẹ wò kò fẹ́ gbọ́ o tẹ́ni tí bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ òun ló mọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n ti wọ́ọ̀nù yín pé àtúbọ̀tán ọmọdé yìí kò ní dá ṣe bóyá kí prime boy náà ti ràn án lọ́wọ́ kó ràn gbàgbọ́ kínní lọ́wọ́ anyway wọ́n lè gbé ẹṣin kán fagídí mu lọ sódò ṣe máa fagídí pé kó mu káwóró kó má lọ pa ẹṣin yẹn tìyá Túndé gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ti ṣe àṣejẹ́ tẹ bá ti róbìnrin tó bá ti ń yọ ojú ilé káàkiri tó ti ń ṣe yẹ̀míwò kẹ́tì mọ́ páyọ̀ obìnrin yẹn ti burú tó ti ń ṣe yẹ̀míwò káàkiri too much yẹ̀míwò kóbìnrin máa dídí máa jó dídí adìyẹ mélòó lára mi gbọ́ ẹ̀kan wò westo ṣe ń wò mí ràn ní mélòó lára mi kẹ́yàn dídí lọ gbé adìyẹ.
ṣé ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ló jẹ́ ni àbí ọjọ́ kan torí èèyàn lè ṣe ìjókòó ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ni ó jẹ́ ni abẹ́.
àṣejẹ ni wọ́n ń pè é àṣejẹ ni ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́.
ẹ ló dẹ̀ jẹ́ odidi adìyẹ kan tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà.
Strange but true. Is it about the full chicken that Wunmi ate, which is part of the ritual to tie Mohbad down to herself? Our sister gave us a lot of updates, and people began to piece the puzzle together, getting a picture of what we've been saying, that Mohbad was under a spell, that Mohbad was bewitched. Mohbad did not act using his natural mind. He didn't have access to it. He was bewitched. Maybe once in a while, when Mohbad takes certain action, even with those actions, they said within seconds, Mohbad will be running around Wunmi. Maybe the final straw that broke the camel's back when they realized that everything that has been done, it seems Wunmi felt, well, it's like I'm going to lose her. That's when she decided to strike. Now, I said I'm not going to dwell on Gexi, even though it's a dangerous situation. If Gexi is actually selling out information to the opposition or is going to be counterproductive to justice for Mohbad, then it is going to be a difficult situation. Also, Mohbad's mother, she's a terrible person. The action of this woman, it's so discouraging. It's so discouraging. The audio recordings that got leaked and all of that, and many other things that have happened so far, shows that in life, giving birth to a child, many people will say, oh, do you know how I gave birth to you? Do you know the pains? It was like a suicide mission. Do you know what I did here and there? But what can we say about the one of Mohbad's mother? Are we going to say because she did not raise Mohbad, that's the reason why? I don't think so. That raising a child will, not raising a child or raising a child connects you to that child. I think it has to do with who you are. There are people who are fantastically wicked, and they are, look at the attitude displayed by Mohbad's mother all this while. If not for Mohbad's father, we will not be talking about justice. This woman would have run cycles trying to repeat the same thing that was told to her and what she feels would work for her, which is simply mentioning Naira Marley. And at the end of the day, after whatever it is that will be done, they will realize that Naira Marley is not really directly involved in the demise of Mohbad per se, because you have to show evidence, not just emotional talk or whatever. You have to, it's not just this sentimental thing trying to create some, no, you have to show proof that he actually did what you are saying he did. Now, if you cannot prove, then the next thing they will be going for, which is basically the major thing that they are all concerned about, the major is the money, royalties, and many more. If you look at Mohbad's music revenue now, he has acquired a lot of money on the Naira Marley label. I don't know the percentage agreement, if it is 70-30 or whatever percentage, but what we know is that if this investigation did not proceed to this point, if we did not press and push, if we did not encourage Mohbad's father to this point, I don't think um, Wunmi would not have walked away. Wunmi would have walked away with what she did. Her family would have been digesting, eating, flexing Mohbad's money. Imagine the amount of money that would have been paid into her account. Even prior to this, we heard that they were already negotiating on the division. You guys would take 70, you people would take 30. No, we cannot take 30. We have to take 40. Then you can go with 60. No, we have to divide it 50-50. It's as terrible as that. It is as bad as that. Curses have been sent out to Wunmi several times without number, out of a place of pain. People are upset, people are angry, people are not happy with the way things went, with the way things are even going. People are not happy. They feel so pained. They just cannot, they're not happy. That's the point. They are not happy. It's a sad situation. I don't know what you guys are thinking of this situation so far. I mean, what's happening? It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. But all eyes are open, and I'm glad that this is happening at this time. At least the time that DNA is going to be looked into. Who knows? Some people are saying, what if Guresi has been paid? You know, what if he could be paid? Even if he's paid, how is he going to manipulate DNA? How is he going to manipulate DNA? We are talking about samples taken from A and B and compared together. The person that's going to do the comparison is the important part. Are they going to change it on the way? Is that it? Are they going to change it on the way? Like, are they going to kind of put the DNA of the father of Liam, the original father? Is he going to provide his own DNA at the corner? Like, okay, this is the hospital where it's going to be done. Before this gets to the hospital, let us provide another government sealed and stamped and signed whatever, so that we can use that to convey this to the laboratory where it's going to be tested. You know, in between that, they can get to show that this child, that's what they will be thinking of. Like, how can we get a sample? That is, if they cannot even break into the hospital to bribe them, the sample that will be brought to them by the government agency, the doctor or whoever, they might want to give that person an exact replica of the same, with a promise. If this comes out as we want it to be, positive, then we will pay you X and Y amount of money. I think that's the concern of a lot of people on this matter. I don't know what your thoughts are, your own fears on this. Drop it in the comment section. It's going to be a long journey, because it's not going to end with DNA, not at all. And the part of Gexi, Mohbad's father has not come out to address. He has not come out to say anything. He's yet to say anything. He's yet to address if Gexi will be still functioning on this journey of justice for Mohbad alongside him or not.